My name's Angelo, and welcome to We Want Picks. I'm going to give you my favorite PrizePicks entry for UFC 283. If you don't know what PrizePicks is, all you need to do is come here and say more or less for the numbers that you see on the screen. And if you are right, you can win some very real money. You can even string these together 10 times, 20 times your money. You could even add insurance. So if you lose one, you still get paid. Complete control, complete flexibility. And all you need to do is go to WeWantPicks.com/PrizePicks and they will instantly match your deposit. If you give them $100, they'll give you 100. If you give them 50, they'll give you 50. Take the free money. You don't even have to use your real money. Take the free money that they gave you. Play some of these lines, build yourself an entry, and I promise you, you'll have more free money at the end of the week. And if something crazy happens and it doesn't hit, well, you didn't lose any real money. You lost theirs. WeOwnPicks.com/PrizePicks. Let's jump in. When we come in, we can work with significant strikes, fight time, takedowns, and fantasy score. This week is hard. I'm not going to lie. This week is very, very hard. It's tricky. There's a lot going on because these lines are very solid. But there is one that stands out. Like Jamal Hill, for example, 18.5. The problem is he's murdering people, which makes it so tricky. What I do like is Johnny Walker, 22.5. And I like them more because Johnny Walker's fighting Paul Craig. I think he should stay on the outside. Don't get in close. Don't grapple. Strikes on the outside are significant strikes. So he should be avoiding tight quarters, working from the outside, and he should land more than 22.5. To couple that, Paul Craig is very, very tough. He's not a guy, as much as I dislike his fighting style and the jiu-jitsu nerdiness and the pulling guard, he is tough and he will hang. So I think Johnny Walker will get past 22.5 significant strikes. Then if we look at fight minutes, again, this is tough, right? Jose Nunez, that could be a full 15-minute fight because Zara Farron is also a solid striker, or she could just knock that chick out. Terrence McKinney, this is not even a full round, 4.5 minutes. Again, I don't know if it's going to get out of the first round. Jamal Hill, these are very, very tough. The one that I do like here, honestly, Johnny Walker over is pretty solid, but the one that I like the most here is Jamal Hill over 7.5 fight minutes. The reason I like that is because I think Glover's going to come in here and grapple heavy. Jamal Hill's a brown belt in jiu-jitsu. I don't think he survives. I think Glover ends up finishing him, but he is tough. He is very dangerous. He's a brown belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, so could he knock out Glover early? Sure. What I think is more likely to happen is Glover's going to come in here, Mike Tyson his way to the pocket, get the takedowns, and beat Jamal Hill up on top. 7.5 minutes is only 1.5 rounds. I like the over 1.5 rounds for Jamal Hill. And then if we look at takedowns, takedowns are tricky. Simon Oliveira doesn't have great takedowns. He's going to need them because Daniel Marcos is going to stay in his face. Jamal Hill may not need 2 takedowns. That's the problem with the 1.5 line. He might not need 2. He might only need 1. Glover, 2.5. The over on that is probably solid. We'll go ahead and add the over on that. And then I like Brandon Moreno. I like the less on that. Glover, 3 takedowns. That potentially should be good. And then Brandon Moreno, less than 2. So here's the lines that I like. Just to recap. Johnny Walker, more than 22.5 significant strikes. Glover Teixeira, more than 2.5 takedowns. Brandon Moreno, less than 2 takedowns. And Jamal Hill, more than 7.5 fight minutes. I can't have Glover and Jamal in the same entry. So we're going to remove Jamal. And the reason I love this entry is right now, it's $20. If I get all 3 of these, I will 5 times my money, 20 to win 100. Let's just go ahead and do a flex play. But what I love about this is Brandon Moreno's 2 takedown line. Because if he gets 2 takedowns, and exactly 2 takedowns, it's a push. He is removed. He's removed. Then I got a 2-person power play. If he gets less than 2 takedowns, which I think is going to happen, then I win. I hit it. If he somehow gets 3 takedowns, then we'll lose that. And that's where this flex play comes in. But frankly, there's no way this dude is going to get 3 takedowns. He only has 2 fights that he has ever gotten more than 2 takedowns, and he has 13 fights in the UFC. So that's very unlikely to happen. Let's lock this in, $20 to win 45, and let's look at our entries. We have the Johnny Walker, Glover, Brandon Moreno one, and then we have the Johnny Walker, Jamal Hill, Brandon Moreno one that I just built for you now. Guys, WeWantPicks.com/prize PrizePicks, if you use promo code WWP, they will instantly match your deposit. Take that very, very free money and build yourself a winning entry.